That's all we see. So we have been programmed since kids to believe that the only people that exist on this planet with us is us. Just us, black people, white people, or let's say humans, and then animals. When that's a complete lie. All right. So in this video, I'm just gonna give you a little quick. I'm just gonna touch real quick on who all live on this planet of Kai that we know as Earth with us. Okay. So you have your humans. All right. Your humans are your white people, your Asians, your Dravidians, your Mexicans, and your Arabs. So you have 5 different races of humanoid that live on this planet with us. All right. These are your humans. Once again, your humans are your white, your Caucasians, your Dravidians, your Mexicans, your Asians, and your Arabs. All right. These are your human races that live on this planet. These races were created by our race or one of our brothers, Zeus. The human race is originally not from this planet. The human race originally comes from a planet called Nern, which sits too far not outside of the Plutonian galaxy. Okay, so I know that might be a hard pill to swallow, but you're gonna have to swallow this motherfucker today, all right? Because I'm here to give you the absolute real, the absolute true facts. Because to still look at things in the year 2020 as we go through these energy gateways, and we're now in the 6th dimension as a planet. We're going through a grand awakening as a people right now. All right. So it's a lot more people like myself that's putting information out there, and I advise you to dissect it. I advise you to take it in and eat it up and spit it out. All right. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. So once again, your human races that live on this planet, because it's a lot of war going on this planet, and we confused. Growing up, a lot of things didn't make sense to us. We do not know why white people are so treacherous and so violent toward blacks. We do not even know why blacks are so violent toward each other. We have no clue. All right. So I'm just here to you know, give you a couple blues clues. You feel me? Give y'all a couple blues clues today. So now that I've broken down the different human races that live on this earth, now let me talk about the gods, okay? The god races are actually original to the planet Kai, which has been renamed Earth since after the invasion of these humans, right? But the god races are your black people, or your African Americans, or your Latinos, or, you know, Haitians. I mean, anybody that's Latino outside of Mexicans, and anybody that's considered black. All right, anybody with this carbon, all right, on the epidermis of their skin, which is what makes it this pigmentation, would be considered a god. So they go for all your Africans, all your African Americans, Jamaicans, Belizeans, Haitians, and Latinos. These are the god races of this planet. Okay, I will repeat. The gods of this planet are the blacks and the Latinos, because these 2 races are the original people of this planet. Okay. Not being racist, I'm just kicking real historical facts, okay? Because I don't support racism at all. I'm not a racist at all. I don't agree with it. Nobody should be belittled or talked about or treated differently because of the pigmentation of their skin. So with me saying that, you have to ask yourself this: if you're African American and you're tuning in, or a Latino brother or a sister right now tuning in, even if you're a Caucasian or a human, right, tuning in, why have you been taught as a human your whole life to hate black people? Why as a human, if you're white, Asian, you know, the Mexicans too, are like, all of these humans are taught and programmed as little kids to believe that they are more powerful than African Americans and the other Latinos. All right. So this programming helps the agenda. On the flip side, the god races, which are the original people of the planet, your Latinos and your blacks, they are programmed as youths in the school systems to believe as kids that we are lesser than, that we are oppressed, that we are a minority, when we are not the minority, we are the majority. I repeat, the Latinos and the blacks, which are the original people of this planet, are not the minority, we are the majority. Okay, so they program the god races, the original people, to believe that they are oppressed. All right, and they program the humans to believe that they are the oppressors. All right, so this sets a tone. If you're a white person growing up, Asian, or you're human, you grew up with a certain superiority complex, because you have been taught as a kid that everything that has been invented on this planet was invented by somebody with a white face. All right, this is what you call white supremacy. They even showed you as a kid in religion that Jesus was white. They paint all the historical, monumental, important people as white faces. So that's called white supremacy, okay? So they're subconsciously have been programming you as a black person or a Latino person to hate yourself. Because if all they ever told you about your people was that you was nothing but a slave over in Mexico, or you was nothing but a slave in Africa, and then we as Caucasians came and liberated you, all right, you grow up believing this, and that impacts your reality and what you see through the retinas of your eyes. Okay, so these humans though are not more powerful than the gods, than the original people of the planet. So now this leads me to the other species that exist on this planet. All right, now I'm not gonna delete it, but I'm gonna need somebody to screen record it for me because I need to put this on my YouTube channel. All right, so basically these humans, all right, they are not more powerful than the original people of the planet because they were created by one of us, which was Yakub, Zeus, Prometheus, Satan. He go by about 5 different names. So, you know the God races, you know the human races. Now, what the races that you are not familiar with are these different alien races I'm about to name that live amongst us as well on this planet. All right, so I don't even want to say alien, because alien makes you think about a monster or some shit, and that's exactly how Hollywood has fooled you and fooled us into believing since kids that it's not real. All right, in reality, it's very real. Science fiction is real, and reality is fake. This is a fact. Science fiction is real. Reality is fake. What you see in front of you is not real at all. Okay, what you think is going on is not real. All right, so this whole illusion of believing that everybody on this planet is one, that we are all human walking this planet, that was the trick. That's Satan's biggest trick in fooling the whole world that he didn't exist, was with that lie. Okay, so I'm gonna tie a little bit of the Bible together with what I'm saying to paint this bigger picture for y'all about these different beings that live on this planet. Okay, so we know who the humans are right now, right? We know who, at this point, who the gods are, who the god races are, right? But we don't know who the alien races are. So let me break them down. All right, the main alien race that is on our planet, that has inhibited our planet, that is helping these humans control us, would be the reptilians. Okay, if you're not aware of these different extraterrestrial races and species that live on the planet with us, then you need to do a lot more research, and you need to do a lot more awakening within yourself, which is coming to you whether you want it or not. Because we are not the only ones in this realm, and we are not the only one on this planet. Close that door. We are not the only one on this realm, and we are not the only one on this planet, okay? So one of the races is the reptilian races. These species stand between 3 feet to 4 feet tall. They can go all the way up to 7 to 8 feet tall, as big as 25 feet tall, the draconian reptilian race. All right. This race is a very powerful race. It's a very powerful species. This species goes from dimension to dimension, galaxy to galaxy, conquering universes and planets. This is what the reptilians have been doing since the beginning of time. All right. They sought out our planet for resources. Okay, the reptilian race did. But originally our planet had too much energy. We were at a higher frequency. We were vibrating at the 33rd dimension. All right. Before the invasion. This is why the Freemasons like to use the number 33 a lot in Masonry, because 33 is symbolic of the dimensionary level we was on when they came to our realm. We were on the 33rd degree, the 33rd degree frequency. All right, so we was on the 33rd dimension, so to say. We dropped down from the 33rd dimension all the way down to the 3rd dimension after they invaded our planet and took over. Okay, but you have to understand that, like I say, the human race was created by the God race, which was us. But you have to ask yourself this: okay, then how could, if the gods, which is black people and Latinos, created the humans, which are your whites, your Asians, your Dravidians, and your Mexicans, how could the Caucasians take over and conquer their creator? That's probably the biggest question going through your head, right? Well, they were able to do this because they had help, okay? And they had help from the reptilian race. The reptilians are shapeshifters, all right? All of your presidents, all of your elite families in this world, I'm talking about the black nobility, the Illuminati, the Bilderberger Group, the Rothschilds. I mean, these 13 blood families that run the entire world, right? These 13 elite, powerful families. You have to ask yourself, what makes them so elite? What makes this bloodline so royal, all right? Well, what makes these 13 bloodlines so royal is the fact that these bloodlines are not from this planet. These 13 families are have reptilian bloodline, which means they are reptilians from a whole completely different planet. And this is what makes these 13 bloodlines so royal and so rare. This is also the secret that the Freemasons are hiding in Freemasonry once you hit the 33rd degree pinnacle, where they make all information available to those people within their society. Okay, so you have to know that there's 13 blood stripes on the United States American flag, right? That represents the 13 families. When they first came to set up their empire on Atlantis, when they came and set up their empire, they called their empire the United States of America. Okay, this America and this continent was originally called Atlantis. Okay, so we are Atlanteans. Any African American, any Latino, you are an Atlantean. All right, you come from God DNA. You are a God. You are a goddess, whether you like it or agree to it or believe it or not. Okay, so these reptilian races have helped the humans control the black people and the Latino people, all right? And they have done it through shape-shifting. The reptilians are shapeshifters, okay? George Bush, Bill Clinton, Obama, all of these people are part of the reptilian family. These people are shapeshifters, all right? And if you don't know about shape-shifting, or you might maybe have seen it in a movie on TV, well, you need to realize that science fiction is reality, and reality is science fiction. Facts, all right? So let me just give you the science of shape-shifting real quick. Shape-shifting is really not hard to do, and these reptilian races have more advanced technology than a lot of us now, because we don't remember who we are or where we came from, all right? So shape-shifting is done through the neurotransmitters in your brain, or the neurochemistry in your brain. Grand Rising, Cuzzo, Tanisha Van Leer. But shape-shifting is done by your thought patterns. If you know anything about the way the brain works, and you can Google this, right? Your brain works based upon your thoughts. So your thoughts directly impact the neurochemistry in your brain. The neurochemistry in your brain is the electrical grid of your nervous system, or the way your nervous system works. So basically, when you think a thought, whatever the thought may be, it directly impacts the neurochemistry of your brain. All right, your brain begins to release secretions that it sends to the epidermis layer of your skin. This skin is actually an antenna. All right, it's full of receptors along with your hair. All right. So this skin then receives these secretions and these signals from the brain, all right? And then your skin releases chemicals into the universe around it. And what happens is these chemicals, they go out, right? And they attract chemicals that match its frequency. So once these chemicals find these other chemicals that attract its frequencies, it begins to then reshape your environment around you based upon the thoughts that you are thinking at the time. Facts. All right. For example, science has done they did an experiment, right? And they had a group of people go work out for 30 minutes. All right. And they realized that after working out for 30 minutes, they had a 30% increase in their testosterone level. Then the scientists turned around and took a group of people and had them meditate. And during their meditation, they had them focus on their workout. So they worked out and went through their entire workout in their mind while meditating. And after that, scientists looked at the research board, and they discovered that these people that had meditated and only thought about working out but didn't actually go work out, they received a 22% increase in testosterone level. And the people that actually went to work out, they received a 30% increase in testosterone level. So basically, scientists discovered that these people that actually went to work out, their bodies only received the 8% increase more than the people that didn't go to work out, but they just meditated and mentally went through their workout in their mind. So this proved to scientists that your thoughts completely control impacts the neurochemistry in your brain. So the computer was made after the hardwiring of the brain. Okay, So the brain is impacted by your thoughts. Now, what controls thoughts? Spirit and soul. Okay? So I say all this to say that this is how these reptilians are able to shapeshift, because they are aware of this knowledge, this wisdom of the neurochemistry of the brain.